Hi, I am super excited to meet you and to see you soon at the upcoming Write a Saleable Book workshop. But I do want to talk to you a little bit first about what's required of you, what will really be a good idea. In other words, about doing your homework before you get there, not when you get there. You should by now have received a book that looks something like this, which has got your homework in it. Look, think of this, think of the homework as the seeds that you're going to bring along and we're going to plant on the weekend of the workshop. And if you haven't made your seeds, then we've got nothing to plant. We've had people before turn up saying, oh, well, I thought I could just do it here. Well, you can't. It's that simple. You'll hold yourself up, you'll hold everybody else up. It's a very intense workshop. You start writing, you have 30 10-minute bursts of madness, of writing madly to do in a weekend. So you haven't got a second to spare. So do your homework first. What you're going to find in there is the most important part is simply this. It's the we have 10 chapters to your book. Each chapter is made up of just 3 10-minute bursts of writing. So the 10 chapters, as you can see right here on the screen now, we've got chapter 1 and chapter 10, which we push to one side because we're going to do those at the workshop. No homework required there. However, the other 8 chapters, all we need from you, because you're an expert on this topic, all we need from you is the chapter heading. Think of what you'll have to say. I'm sure you've done this, especially if you've already written a book once. You think of the stages, the 8 stages, chapters that you have to write in order to make this book work from beginning to end. And so write down the chapter titles, the 8 chapter titles, in the space provided there in the book. Now, this is not written in stone. You'll be able to, when you get to your second and even your third edit of the book, you'll find that the chapters, you may push 2 chapters into one, you may end up with 16 or 18 chapters, but the basic skeleton of the book that we're creating, from you writing from beginning to end, we'll start with the 8 chapters that we build on. It's like, I don't know, building a house and saying, wow, I want one more room over there, or why don't we knock those 2 rooms together? I guess that the editing process is like the renovation. I don't know. But just for now, you want the 8 chapters. Then if you look at the box that goes with the chapter titles, you need to fill in the boxes. This is the full-on seed. So it has a few little instructions. We've got samples there for you to see, but it's got a few instructions at the top. That obviously the working title of the chapter. What's the point of the chapter? Because basically, if a chapter has no point, you have no chapter. Essentially, you make a point with your title or your idea, and then in the chapter you prove your point. And so we're going to break it down into, as you can see, 3 headings, 1, 2, and 3. Each of these headings will be a 10-minute burst of writing. But within these headings are 3 subheadings. So for example, if it's public transport, then you want to know how to get around a city, you've got 3, what can you use? You can use taxis, or you can use buses, or whatever. The example there will show you. But you must fill these in before you come to the workshop, so that we can start right off. Because, I've said it before to people, but think of what you're going to write this weekend, or the weekend of the workshop. Think of it as almost like, look, I'm pushing my luck enormously here, but almost like a PhD, because it is your dissertation, and it will have a profound effect on the way people receive you and treat you and talk to you from now on. I say it over and over. When you've written a book, everything changes, and it does. So please get your seeds together, do your homework thoroughly. It shouldn't take too long, and you're an expert, so you've just got to break it down into these steps. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks and good luck.